citizens of Bengaluru who were protesting against a proposed flyover on Sankey Tank now feel threatened and heckled because an FIR that has been filed against them that books them for unlawful gathering, for trying to disrupt public peace, etc. Multiple sections under the FIR that have been booked against 70 people who live in and around Malleshwaram. Now, I'm going to cut across exactly to a few of those protesters who were part of that protest on that fateful day to tell us a little more on what really happened. In fact, a lot of civic groups in Karnataka right now are enraged with this kind of FIR that's been filed on these protesters. Let me cut across to Preeti, who's joining us, a bunch of them who had taken that silent protest march. Preeti, why don't you tell us what really happened that led to an FIR being filed against a whole bunch of you?
Okay, so in short, we've been opposing a flyover that's coming, like you said, which is going to cost the 55 heritage trees and the entire ecology.
I'd like my camera to pan there as well. Yeah.
So the entire ecology of the place will be, ruined. So we were opposing this, and anything we want to do around this lake area, we wanted to do a walk, celebrate Sankey. We wanted to do tree hug. We wanted to do the silent march, which we actually did. And at every step, we've had cops calling us, threatening us, saying, no, you cannot do it. And
but you know what, Preeti, at the end of it, there isn't permission for you to carry out that protest march. So you have High Court clearly says there's a designated place to protest, and that
it was never a
protest. I wish to clarify, we did not protest. It was completely silent. None of us carried any placards. None of us raised any slogans. We just walked as a group. Why are they harassing us? I'd like to ask the government this question.
Is this heckling you, Ashok?
Yeah, definitely. They're threatening us with all that FIR, and I don't know what they're going to do next year.
You're worried, but then, at the end of it, we've spoken to Ashwath Narayan. I'm going to take our viewers to what the government's version here is. But they very clearly says it's not even in their hands anymore. It's in another department, and that authority, in fact, the issue was escalated to the department based on your demands.
So basically, the police have clearly told me several times, personally, when they've called me, they said permission can be, first they granted permission and then they withdrew it, saying they are under severe pressure. We don't know severe pressure from whom. Right? And then at the end, they say...
so you applied for permission for this walk?
For the first walk. We wanted to do a walk on February 12th to celebrate Sankey.
So you were denied permission?
Yes.
And then you still pulled off the walk?
So we did. Then we decided we will do a silent walk where all of us were casually gathering. You can ask all of them. In fact, we had children doing a cleanup drive. We've collected garbage. We have evidence of all of us just walking. We did not even say a slogan. We haven't taken a placard. We just walked casually, everybody. And on a Sunday morning, there are several walkers in the area. You can ask all of them.
So was it a planned walk? I mean, this was done with an intention to show the government that you're unhappy.
Yes, of course it was. But we are supposed to be a democratic country, right? So what are we talking about here? We just walked. No slogans, no protests. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, you were saying?
How can a democratic rights be trampled upon?
And this does not mean you can file criminal and law. You cannot file criminal cases against us. You can probably have given us a fine or something like that. Right. But we haven't broken any of the rules that what the police have said. They have clearly overstepped their authority.
All right. As much as you say that, I'm going to cut across to the Congress's Priyank Kharge. You had a former MP, Rajiv Gowda, who spoke on the same. Let's have a listen.
With a lot of responsibility, I am saying this. When our government comes, these officers who are acting as agents of BJP and slapping illegal cases on ordinary citizens, on working class, will be dealt with severely and legally. I'm not saying we will do something illegal. Within the framework of rules, we will take action on these people who are acting as agents of BJP and RSS in Karnataka. They cannot harass citizens, they cannot harass individuals of repute at their wills and fancies of their masters.
It is outrageous what Ashwath Narayan is trying to do. He is trying to misuse the power of the government and the police to threaten citizens and activists, young children and their mothers who marched on the banks of Sankey just to protect the environment, to protect the people of Vayalikaval from various disasters that will happen if this project continues. And instead of listening to the citizens and their concerns, taking advice from experts, what does Ashwath Narayan do? He files an FIR against 60+ people, including me, including my party colleague Praveen Peter, and all of us, as you've seen in those videos, All we did as concerned citizens was march on the side of the road, on the side of the tank.
It is a suo moto by the police department.
Citizens again here. See, you know, of course, the government says this is politically motivated. You have the Congress backing you. Your reaction to that?
Of course, this is not. There's no political affiliations of any sort. All of us are here today. We are all not Congress people, right? 300 people were there. Were all 300 Congress people? That's ridiculous to say that.
Would you say the same? What was the purpose on that day?
We just love the trees. You know, I'm known as the garden lady.
Yeah.
Well, we need to know this. We need to plan a little bit better, because if the trees are gone and if we are allowing for more motor vehicles to come on the road, there is no way for the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere to be sucked. You know how it works, right?
Yeah.
I hope everybody knows how it works.
Yeah.
So it's going to be really, really bad for the air. We're going to become Delhi, really, the way things are going.
I hope not. But you know what? I'm going to cut across to Ashwath Narayan, though, your MLA here of Malleshwaram, and he's a minister himself. Ashwath Narayan, in fact, has assured that there is no intention from the government to heckle his people. And if this was done, it was done based on strict direction of the High Court that no protest is allowed anywhere apart from designated spots, like, for example, Freedom Park. But let me cut across to the Neta himself.
It is a suo moto by the police department. Police people, they discharge their duty. They can book cases against anybody. They'll book cases. See, whenever
that's precisely what they're saying, that this is the way to arm twist them. Police are filing criminal cases against locals while they were not sloganeering, that they were not obstructing traffic. So is it fair to file an FIR?
See, fair or unfair questionability, anybody can question that is all. See, basically now the protest, any form of protest needs to be done only in Freedom Park. See, this is the judgment given by the Honorable Chief Justice bench, that any kind of protest should be organized in Freedom Park.
This is also motivated by the Congress?
Yeah, definitely. Now Congress was time and again trying to instigate, motivate, trying to get into all this possible way. So they want to politicize during politics, during election. See, now the request is, what is that? Sky over flyover.
They don't
it should be referred to the BMLT. What was the request? It has been referred to as per the mobility plan to look into it. With regard to this petty case, whatever has been taken up, it is based on the judgment of the Honorable Chief Justice to ensure that there is a system in place. The police people have taken whatever measures to be taken based on that precautionary measure.